Hey guys, my name is Scott, and this is a video for beginning the jazz guitar, beginning lead jazz guitar, and I got a great place for you to start, and it is to start with the blues scale or the pentatonic scale. If you listen to any contemporary jazz or anything like that, you'll notice, and in the older stuff, that that's really a huge basis to start from. You can get into a lot of different other scales and modes, but that gets a little more complex. If you're just starting out, this is such a great place to start. Now, I did another video about the pentatonic scale, and that one I featured 3 positions, which I'll show you the same ones here. And you know, some of the key differences in jazz compared to blues is, you know, stylistically how you play. But first, let me get you going on the different positions. Here's an A note. Okay, and so what we'll do is we'll take a look at A minor first. So this is the A minor pentatonic scale. There's 2 other shapes around that I try to focus on. And the one below it, which is still A minor, but it's just the next position down. Now the way I do that scale, I'm using my ring finger and pinky, but if I do it with my index and ring finger, you can probably tell a little better. And obviously follow the on-screen guide that'll show you. And then there's the 3rd position, which looks like this. Okay, and now the best thing you can do is learn those 3 different positions, and any of those notes will work. That's the great thing about the pentatonic scale, is you can play any of these notes anytime and they will all work. You'll sound like you've been playing for years, playing this stuff. So now when it comes to the jazz, the difference between jazz and the blues, and these aren't rules, these are just the way things are a lot of the time, you know, and I don't like to create rules, but I'm just giving you some ideas. And in jazz playing, you don't hear as much bending as you do in blues or country. There's a lot more sliding. So instead of bending into a note, and there's a lot of half-step slides. So what I mean by that is if I play it just out of that scale, a lot of half-step slides. That's half-step slides, excuse me. And yeah, another thing you'll run into is octaves. There's a lot more use of the octaves, or a more gentle use of it. Okay, and those are great. You know, those fit right into the pentatonic scale. Basically, wherever you take these high notes, the octaves of those. So that's another thing you're definitely going to want to learn as well, where those octaves fall into place. Now, just like with the blues lead guitar video that I have, you're going to tap your foot to a rhythm. Let me turn this off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can trade off. all that stuff I'm playing is out of the pentatonic. Now, one of the cool things about playing jazz is what I found is when you're playing in the pentatonic, you can always you can use outside notes, notes that aren't necessarily in the pentatonic scale, and you can slide in from those like this. So that 6th fret, that note is not in the A minor pentatonic scale. So, but we're just sliding up to a note that is. So, so that's one of the great things about it, is you can use any of those outside notes. So that's another cool thing where you can turn a mistake into something. If you're playing in the scale and you're venturing up the neck and you listen to what you're playing, if you hit a sour note, just slide right out of it. So that's another little trick you can do as you're learning to play jazz. And now this is just kind of the beginning, you know, and this can take you a long way actually. You know, you can get a long way just doing the pentatonic stuff. And then I'll do another video that kind of gets into the chord melody and stuff. You're playing chords and constructing a melody out of it. But we'll get into that a little bit in another video. But I just want to get you playing just some simple jazz leads right now. That's all. So I'll play a little rhythm for you to play with. So we're going to play an A minor pentatonic. And the fastest way to identify what key you're in, this main pentatonic shape always starts on the root note if you're playing in a minor key. If you're playing in a major key, you just take, so if we want A major, we would just take that shape and slide it down to F sharp. So we slide it down 3 steps and now we're in A major. And then the corresponding shapes transfer up and down the guitar with that. So those shapes will always apply. So anyway, let me give you a rhythm you can play to this. Want to see what I'm doing there, all I'm doing is just barring the 5th fret and hitting an A note with my thumb, and then hitting this as the bass note next, back to the A, and then the E would be open E, 7th fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, open, open. Okay, and then I put it together. Experiment, you know, the sky's the limit. Once you get this pentatonic scale down, really memorize those 3 shapes, and then you can go further, because the pentatonic scale runs all the way up the fretboard in whatever key. But memorize those 3 shapes first, and you'd be surprised at how much that gets you going. and you can even do two notes together in a lot of these instances. So if I'm looking at the shape of the scale, those are kind of like double stops. Those are just two of the notes together from the scale. So really practice this, and the sky's the limit. And then you can make chords out of the scale too. Those are all out of pentatonic shape. Just you know, make yourself a little chart like this. I have it on the screen. So make yourself a little chart like that that you can look at. You know, you can actually look at this as a reference, and it'll basically, you can just kind of study chords and arpeggiated patterns out of it. You know, that's another thing too. I'm not doing that right. There we go. And of course, this scale works for country, rock, blues, just about anything you can think of, except classical maybe, but mostly everything else. So go ahead and give it a whirl, and thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to my video. That'd be a huge help to me, and I'll make many more videos, a lot more lessons to help you out. Thanks a lot for coming by.